Eddie found a long board in the back of their truck. "Here's a nice one," he said. "It doesn't have any knots in it." "I hope not," said Amelia Bedelia. "We could never untie them." "It's too long for Dad's desk," said Angela. "Can you cut it?" "Sure," said Bill. "How long do you want it?" "A long time," said Amelia Bedelia. "Mr. Hardy will need it for years." Bill scratched his head and said, "I'll cut you a long piece and a short one." "That's smart," said Amelia Bedelia. "He can have a long or short board meeting." Amelia Bedelia and the children went inside. Said Amelia Bedelia. "I wonder how many steaks Bill needs." "I'd better thaw some chicken, too." "Here comes Mom," said Andrew. Mrs. Hardy pulled into the driveway. "Oh, good," said Amelia Bedelia. "Mrs. Hardy will be so pleased that her addition has arrived. Let's go and tell her." Mrs. Hardy got out of her car. "Whose truck is this?" she said. "It belongs to Bill and Eddie," said Amelia Bedelia. "Who are they?" said Mrs. Hardy. "They are delivering your addition," said Amelia Bedelia. "Isn't that what you were expecting?" Bill and Eddie came around to the front. "We're finished for the day," said Bill. "Finished what?" asked Miss Hardy. "When my husband gets home, we'll all be finished." Just then a taxicab pulled up. Mr. Hardy jumped out. "Good grief," he said. "What is going on here?" Everybody tried to explain. Nobody made any sense. "Don't blame Bill and Eddie," said Amelia Bedelia. "I am the one who thought the house number was upside down." "Now everything is upside down." Mr. Hardy headed to the backyard. "What's happened to our—" Whoa! "Be careful," said Amelia Bedelia. "You fell into your half bath." "My what?" said Mr. Hardy. He got up and brushed himself off. "What have you done to our deck?" "We sanded it," said Andrew. Now you won't have to." "These chairs," said Mr. Hardy. "What's going on with these chairs?" "They've got 2 coats," said Angela. "Just like you wanted." Mr. Hardy stepped into the kitchen. "Who covered our counters with marbles?" "We did," said Andrew and Angela. Mr. Hardy was speechless. "So, Mr. Hardy," said Amelia Bedelia, "how do you like your addition so far?" "Addition," said Mr. Hardy. "Sand on the deck, coats on chairs, countertops covered in marbles. You call this an addition? This is more like a subtraction." Bill and Eddie began to back away. "Hey," said Andrew, "don't go." "When will we get our addition?" "In about 6 months," said his mom. "Don't you remember? That is when we said our new baby, our addition, will arrive." "Congratulations," said Amelia Bedelia. Bill and Eddie chimed in too. "Thank you," said Mr. and Mrs. Hardy. Angela gave her father the boards. "Here, Daddy," said Angela. "You can have your next board meeting at home. You won't have to go away." Mr. Hardy nodded. Then he hugged Andrew and Angela. "Thank you," said Mr. Hardy. "I promise to try to stay home more." "Honey," said Mrs. Hardy, "I know that this is a mess, But maybe it was meant to be. These plans are perfect for a house just like ours. We'll need more room soon. You're right, Kathy, said Mr. Hardy. We will need this addition once our addition arrives. Bill and Eddie promised to return after they finished 81 Fairview. The Hardys had a lot to celebrate. They invited Bill and Eddie to stay for a cookout. Amelia Bedelia, said Bill, your steaks look tastier than our steaks. Thank you, said Amelia Bedelia. They all sat down to dinner. What a big day, said Mr. Hardy. Mrs. Hardy. You never know how things will add up. I do, said Amelia Bedelia. I am expecting too. What? Said Mrs. Hardy. An addition? That's right, said Amelia Bedelia. My addition is this lemon meringue pie. I'm expecting everyone to enjoy it. And that is exactly what they did.